Alright guys, so for this first spot, you want to make your way over to the hunter's spawn area, and then you want to copy the garage door and then push yourself right up against the garage door. Now there's two explosive devices right above these doors, and once they go off, they'll actually destroy all the garage doors in the area, including you if you are turned into one. So you just gotta, after it explodes, you just want to give it a few seconds, and then boom, you'll be invisible. Then there's a variety of spots you can hide in while you're invisible. This one right here is really good because it's right above the spawn area where no one can really get to. Just jump on the tires, jump on that barbed wire, and you can make your way all the way to the back part of this area right here. There's another spot in this area, but we'll get to that later on in the video. Alright, so for spot number 2, you want to copy this steel beam right here, and you can actually go in several places, but I like to choose this bottom area right here just because it's easier, and it actually glitches you out to where you're like on the side of the steel bar, and so you can hide behind any kind of wall or anything. Just click set in place or toggle lock in place, and once you do that, you'll be perfectly invisible. Alright, so spot number 3, you want to make your way over to this lounge area right here and copy this painting. This painting will be used in a lot of the spots in this video, so just keep that spot in mind. But anyway, you want to make your way up to the 3rd floor right here, and there's actually 2 rooms on the roof. And you go in the 2nd room with the door already open, then you want to jump on top of this door and angle yourself with the picture frame to where it's perfectly parallel to the top of the door. And I doubt anyone will see you, at least very quickly. So pretty decent spot. Alright, so moving on. This next one, you're going to want to copy the little light thing from the ceiling of that room, and then you want to make your way over to this light pole back here. There might be other spots that you can do this in, but this one was just the easiest one I found. You simply just jump behind this light pole right here, and you can actually glitch inside of it. Might not be the best spot when your ping goes off, but if you're trying to lose someone, you can easily just jump behind here and they won't know where you went. Alright, so for this next spot, you want to jump on the tires right here. There's a couple ways to get on this roof, but you want to get on the very top of this roof, and then while you're on top, you can actually copy the crane. And you can't copy the crane regularly because there's no area big enough for you to fit besides the roofs of these buildings, so just keep that in mind. While you're up here, there's a variety of stuff to grab, but probably the box is going to be your best option just because the top of the crane is pretty narrow, but box works out pretty well. Alright, so for this next one, you're going to want this green leave sign on here. You don't have to be the sign, but it is a pretty good sized objects. There's a really lack of small objects in this map, so knowing that is always a plus. But you can make your way behind this staircase right here and pop yourself in between these boxes. Super discreet. I'm sure you all know about this spot already, but I had to throw it in here because it is so good. Alright, so for this one, you're going to want to copy the vent outside of the building, because once you become this vent, you won't be able to go through doorways. So it's a little unfortunate, but you can simply just go all the way around for this spot right here. There's no totally amazing spots for this piece in particular, but I did find that you can wall glitch through a lot of objects like the porta potty, walls, freezers, with this object, so just something to keep in mind. I didn't really find anything really good on my first attempt, but you might find something better. Alright, so for this next one, you're going to want to be the picture frame. You can make your way up to this roof right here. Pretty much any interconnecting walls is going to be a great spot where you can glitch into. But of course, it's always better if you do it on the 2nd floor or higher, just because they won't really know what floor to look for you at. But just a great spot to keep in mind. Alright, so for this one, we're doing the picture frame again. You have to be a little close to the picture frame just to copy it, so just a tip. Anyway, you want to make your way outside right here, and you want to go towards the dumpster. And this is a pretty popular spot. I think a lot of people know about it, but thought I had to throw it in here because it is a very good spot. Now you just want to fall behind this dumpster right here, and then lock in place. They can probably see you pretty easily, but it is a good spot to lose somebody if you're being chased. Alright, this next one is going to have the green leave sign again, and this one's a little different. You're going to want to jump across the beams right here. You can actually jump on top of the box and then jump on the 2nd box, then jump on the railing. And the reason I chose this object for this glitch, or this wall glitch, is because you can hide behind the bottom portion of this window right here. It's not the best spot. You can do it with the painting as well, but I figured this object was probably the best one just because of the size. So, moving on. Now, this next spot, you're going to want to use the painting. Go behind these crates right here. Jump on the fence, or on the railing, and you can make your way all the way back here. You can only do this with a certain amount of objects. But once you're back here, you can just lock in place, you can turn, you can wall glitch inside the wall, or you can just be perpendicular to the railing. Pretty good spot to know about. So, moving on. This next one, you want to go on top of the roof. And this is how you can get inside the quote-unquote out-of-bounds area. You just want to redeploy, and you can actually redeploy right in this area right here that you can't get to any other way. But the only thing is, once you're back here, you can only copy these two things, really. So not the best for a hiding spot, but I don't think anyone would ever find you back here. So pretty good spot. Now this next one, you're going to want to copy that chimney right there, the middle portion of it. Jump on top of the tires, jump on the fence, and since this portion of the barbed wire is blown up whenever the game starts, you can actually jump as the chimney, exit, and then redeploy, and then you'll be on top of this barbed wire fence. Now once you're on top of here, there's actually a pretty interesting thing right here. It looks like memory cards or something. I'm not really sure, but first time I saw that, so that looks pretty cool. But anyway, the main thing for this glitch, this is the second way you can get behind this to this area back here. So pretty decent spot. Once you are up here, you can copy anything above the fence and then drop down if you wanted to do that. So pretty great spot to know about, but once you drop down there, you are stuck for the rest of the game, so just keep that in mind. Now for this one, you're going to want to be the painting, and it's a pretty decent spot. You want to make your way all the way back here, and then you can go behind these boxes. Not an amazing spot, but definitely a good spot to lose someone. But I think once they do find you, if you're here for too long and your ping keeps going off, they're probably going to find you pretty easily. So, alright, so for this next one, you're going to want to be this barbed wire. If it doesn't work for you on the first try, just keep switching barbed wires. Eventually, you'll get it to where it's lopsided, kind of like the steel beam before. And you can hide inside any wall and then just lock in place, and you are totally out of the map, just completely invisible. So, pretty awesome to know about. Definitely keep this spot in mind. This will come in handy, especially when running away. But yeah, pretty amazing spot. And some of these spots I did take from people who submitted me spots, so all credits will be in the description below. Just check it out if you want to know whose spot it was. But anyway, for this one, just copy the painting. Then you want to, it's right next to this spot, so super close. Just make your way down here, and it's really hard for them to get the angle on you to shoot you, but once you're down here, you can't get out. You are stuck like the previous spot, so just keep that in mind. Alright guys, this is going to be the last spot of the video. Thank you everyone who's still watching. For this final spot, you're going to want to be the painting. Then you want to make your way all the way down here to the crates where the cranes are at. And you can actually get underneath the stairs. You can only do this with a certain few objects, the painting being probably the best, most efficient way to do this. But once you're back here, you can do the wall glitch like I've shown you before. And a pretty decent spot, although once they find you, they probably will be able to kill you pretty easily, so it's probably not the best spot to start out hiding with. But anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video.